So Novak Djokovic won the Grand Slam at the Australian Open 2023. Novak Djokovic shed tears after winning the Australian Open Championship. It was a tear of happiness and also of the resentments in the heart that had been suppressed for so long. After winning the Australian Open Championship, Novak Djokovic stood in front of the crowd of fans. He roared with his boundless energy, and claimed the #1 position in tennis. At the age of 35, Noel is still strong and standing like a living monument. In that moment, fans also witnessed the proud image of the tennis player shedding tears. Speaking to the press, Djokovic admitted, "This is the biggest victory of my life." He has officially equaled his 22 Grand Slam record with Rafael Nadal. Join us as we look back at Novak's 22 Grand Slam titles. (2008) Grand Slam first. 2008 is considered a very successful year for Djokovic when he won the first Grand Slam of his career in Australia after defeating Roger Federer in the semi-finals in 3 sets and Tsonga in the final after 4 sets when he lost first set. (2008 is considered as the beginning of the journey to conquer the title of the young tennis player who later became a monument in the tennis industry. 2011 rise to #1 in the world. It was a successful year for Novak Djokovic when he won 3 prestigious Grand Slam tournaments. Djokovic started the 2011 season in impressive form, defeating Roger Federer and Andy Murray to win the Australian Open. Djokovic's most memorable milestone is the victory over Nadal in the Wimbledon final to climb to the world #1 for the first time. And at the US Open, Djokovic continued to beat Nadal in the final. In the same year, Novak won 7 other singles titles, thereby making him the best athlete of the year voted by British newspapers. The whole world looked at Novak with a different eye, who rose to the #1 position in the world, breaking the 2-horse position of the pair Nadal and Federer. 2011 is also a milestone marking his era of dominance with the sports tennis industry that will last many years later. (2012 3rd Australian Open champion, ending year at world #1. The Australian Open is still the field that brings titles to Novak. He has 2 more championships here in 2 consecutive years, 2012 and 2013. In the final of the Australian Open 2012, Novak Djokovic overcame Rafael Nadal after 5 intense sets. This was the longest match in the history of Grand Slam tournaments. He finished that year with the #1 position in the world gender. In the 2013 Australian Open final, Novak Djokovic overcame Andy Murray in the final after 4 sets, lifting the Australian Open title for the 3rd time in a row, becoming the first athlete to win it in a row. These 3 titles. Unable to win any more Grand Slam titles in 2013, Novak ended that year only 2nd in the world. 2014 second Wimbledon championship. Novak Djokovic won the 7th Grand Slam title in his career. Djokovic attended the prestigious Wimbledon on grass and won the championship after defeating Federer in the final with the scores 6-7, 6-3, 6-3, 5-7, 6-4 in the fourth set. Djokovic sometimes led Federer 5-2 but lost 7-5, but he woke up in time to win 6-4 in the fifth set, decisively destined to be the champion. The 2014 Wimbledon final is considered the best and most dramatic final after Nadal-Federer in 2008. After winning the 2014 Wimbledon championship, Djokovic retakes Nadal's no. ATP racket. (2015) Dominate the World Tennis Village. Djokovic started 2015 as the world #1 player. At the Australian Open 2015, Djokovic went to the final. In the final he defeated Andy Murray in 4 sets with the scores 7-6, 6-7, 6-4, 6-0, lift the trophy in Australia for the 5th time. At Wimbledon, he competed very successfully to reach the final. Nadal met his rival Roger Federer again. Under great pressure from the audience, he won the first set through the tiebreak series, lost the second set also in the tiebreak series, won 2 seconds 3 and 4 thanks to 1 break point won in each set and 1 championship point in the last set. He went up 7-6, 6-7, 6-4, 6-3 and won the 9th Grand Slam of his career and the 3rd at Wimbledon. At the last Grand Slam of the year, the US Open, he won the championship after defeating Federer in the final with a score of 3-1. Having won 3 of the 4 most prestigious Grand Slams of the year, Djokovic finished 2015 at the #1 position in the world. 2016 won the Grand Slam at the French Open for the first time. In the final at the Australian Open, he defeated Andy Murray to win the tournament for the 6th time and the 11th Grand Slam of his career. The French Open is the only Grand Slam tournament Djokovic is missing in his career. He has reached the final 3 times but has failed. So Djokovic went to Paris to attend the 2016 French Open tennis tournament with great determination. Overcoming difficulties in the 4th round, Djokovic won against Tomas Berdych and Dominic Thiem in the quarter-finals and semi-finals with a score of 3-0 to advance to the 4th French Open final. Entering the final with Murray, Djokovic did not play well, causing him to lose the first set with a score of 3-6. Not letting the storm return, Djokovic woke up and performed excellently in the next 3 sets. After 3-3, Djokovic overcame Murray with a score of 3-6, 6-1.6-2.6-4, thereby winning the French Open Tennis Championship for the first time. This championship makes Djokovic the 8th player in history and the 5th since the Open era to complete a career Grand Slam collection. (2018, 2019, 2020). Novak in turn thickened his record with 2 Australian Open championships, 2 Wimbledon championships and 1 US Open championship. After the first half of 2018 without winning a title, Djokovic came back strong at Wimbledon and won his 13th Grand Slam convincingly. Entering the US Open 2018, Djokovic went straight to the final after knocking out opponents in the outer ring to meet Juan Martín del Potro. In the final, he easily overcame Del Potro after 3 sets with the scores 6-3.7-6.6-3, thereby winning the 3rd title at the US Open and also the Grand Slam title 14th of his career. Djokovic entered the Australian Open 2019 as the top seed. He overcame his opponents and advanced to the final against Rafael Nadal, and he beat Nadal to win the 15th Grand Slam of his career. He won the Classic 2019 Wimbledon final against Roger Federer in a memorable match that lasted 4 hours and 57 minutes, making it the longest Wimbledon final in history to claim the Grand Slam title. 16. Djokovic saved 2 championship points in the 5th set and then won, and the match also marked the first time a tiebreak in the 5th set was made at Wimbledon after 12-12. Entering 2020, he attended the Australian Open and successfully defended the championship after defeating Austrian tennis player Dominic Thiem. In a year affected by the epidemic and the incident on the referee, Novak did not win any more Grand Slam titles. (2021) Win the 9th Australian Open, win Roland Garros, win Wimbledon and win 20 Grand Slams. He opened with a win at the Australian Open with 3 straight sets against Daniil Medvedev in the final. At the French Open, Djokovic advanced to the final after beating Nadal in the semi-finals in 4 sets. It marked Nadal's second loss to Djokovic, and Nadal's third overall loss at the tournament. Djokovic defeated Greek Stefanos Tsitsipas in the final in 5 sets to win his 19th Grand Slam title. Until Wimbledon 2021, Djokovic still proved to be a candidate for the championship of the tournament, which is known as the oldest tournament in the history of felt ball. The world #1 Serbian player easily overcame all opponents to reach the final against Italian opponent Matteo Berrettini. Nadal defeated the Italian player to be crowned champion in hours. Cheers of fans. (2022) He has only one Grand Slam title at Wimbledon after beating Nick Kyrgios in the final. (2023) The beginning of 2023 as the familiar Australian Open title, the 10th championship title at this arena. It can be said that the Australian Open is the place that gives Novak the most fame. This era will be a long time coming. Someone touched. We have just taken a look at the 22 Grand Slam titles that Novak Djokovic has won so far. Hopefully he will win many more. We also wish Noel all the best. Thank you for watching the channel Legends of Sport. Let's step into the world of legends.